All right, we are going to begin right now. And I hope that everyone can hear me very clearly. Thank you so much that you are able to come back this afternoon. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I want to send out a shout out to Uzo of London, the United Kingdom. Thank you so much. You are such a blessing to me and to the mission. Thank you very, very much. Samantha, start reading from where we stopped last night. Joshua chapter 1, read verse 1b, and let's start.
And we went and came into an harlot's house, named Rahab, and lodged there.
And they came. This is part B of verse 1 of Joshua chapter 2. Verse 1, the B part. And the two spies came to Jericho. They reached Jericho. And they came and lodged with Rahab in the land of Jericho. Please, can you read that again? Let's get it right.
And they came, and they went and came into an harlot's house, named Rahab, and lodged there.
They came and lodged there. They stayed there. This woman is said to be a harlot. Why? Why is she called a harlot? Let's go there. Why is this woman called a harlot? What qualifies somebody to be called a harlot? Let's go.
She's a prostitute.
What make a prostitute? Why do we call somebody a prostitute?
Sleeping with men.
Huh?
She makes her living by sleeping with men.
She makes her living by sleeping with men. Is she really sleeping with men?
Entertaining men.
Entertaining men. Okay? And use the word sleeping with men. My Samantha used the word entertaining men. My Anne says sleeping with men. So the men can't sleep. So she is now their Tylenol AM or Tylenol PM. Is that what it is?
Oh, yes.
She's now their Tylenol.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like she is a mom. She has to suckle and nurse her kids to sleep or something like that. From Anne.
Right.
And then with Samantha, she entertains them. I don't know whether she throws a party. Sound to me like she throws a party and music is playing, food, alcohol is flowing, and then she entertains them with that kind of stuff, food, alcohol, all kind of stuff. and then they dance. People are dancing.
Social interaction at the highest level.
You say what?
Social interaction at the highest level or of the highest order.
Social interaction of the highest level and of the highest order. That's what she does. Well, before we continue, Mary, I want you to write something down. I can't ask Vicky to do that. Vicky is at work.
Okay.
Samantha, write it down.
Okay.
Being in prayer and praying with all of your personality is the release of uncommon power and forces to solve uncommon problem. Make sure you keep that powerful key separate. The release. It is because of you that an uncommon power, uncommon forces are released to solve uncommon problem. Yay!
Amen. Amen. Hallelujah.
Because many of you have not yet entered into the territory of prayer. I am asking God to pour upon us, beginning from today, what we call the spirit of uncommon prayer. You know exactly where you are going. You know exactly your target. You know exactly, you choose exactly how to solve the problem. The release of uncommon intelligence, uncommon military power, uncommon economic power, in order to take over, game over, walls must fall.
Hallelujah. Amen. Amen.
How did they know that that is the only house that they are going to be saved? That's what prayer does. Prayer is not just to lead you to the righteous people, the holy people, the good people. Planning, prayer, action is the ability to know exactly who is the answer to what I'm about to do, what I'm looking for. Many of you are looking for Christians to solve your problems. You are looking for a holy church, kingdom church, all these big, big names. You go there, there is no kingdom. Holiness movement. And you go there, there is no holiness and there is no movement. Everything is standing still. You are going there to be judged, criticized, brutalized, and you lose your mind. I'm not saying they are churches that say they are holy movement, all that kind of thing, and maybe they do that. I have no idea, but I'm not interested. You can't get my attention with all those titles and with all those stupid practices. I call them stupid practices of religion. You can't get my attention with those things. You cannot try to impress me with those things. You can't get a penny out of me with those things. With those nomenclatures, those nouns, N-O-U-N. And people think that these things are okay. You can't get me by trying to make me to come and keep some unnecessary laws. Because that's not where I'm going. I'm going towards something else. On my door here, you see where he says, pray, think, act. Pat. P-A-T. But when you want to use it, it is P-T like Tom, P-T-A. Pray, then think, then act. Your intelligence is going to be required by God in the pursuit of what you want. Because remember, everything we are doing on earth is the pursuit of the earth, not heaven. Because we already got heaven. You already belong to that planet. That's where you come from. In fact, let me tell you something about you if you didn't know about yourself. You are an alien. You are an alien person on earth. I hope you know it. You are afraid of the aliens. Maybe you are taking a walk and the aliens, some little green or blue or red people, or black or brown or chocolate, will come in this very fascinating spacecraft and abduct you and carry you away and go and put some chips inside your belly. Have you ever asked yourself why they do not adopt Christians? Why is it that they don't adopt Christians? I mean hardcore Christians. Why is it that demons do not attack real Christians? God is looking for you to begin for the first time to exercise your mind. Because you are not exercising your mind, you want God to come and exercise your mind for you. You want God to come and think for you. These people were able to sit and plan and said, we want to take over these people. The city of Jericho, we need it. This is going to be the first campaign of our lives. If we fail, we are in the land of Canaan now. They have had people who have fought them on their way as they came with Moses all the way. That's why Joshua was very smart. Joshua was not just somebody that was anointed. Now let me now share with you something you need to know about being anointed with the Holy Ghost. You are anointed with the Holy Ghost. Please write it down as a powerful key. You are filled with the Holy Ghost in order for every faculty of your life to come alive. A-L-I-V-E. To come alive and to be awakened, to dominate the earth. That's why you are filled with the Holy Ghost. That's why you are born again. So make sure you put there, you are born again and filled with the Holy Ghost. Let it read like that. We don't want to leave our being born again. It's very important to us. To come alive and to be awakened to do dominion, to dominate. So these two men did not go to a 5-star hotel. They did not look for some holy church to go to. They didn't look for somewhere where, remember, this is exactly what was happening in the days of Jesus. Jesus went to those that society didn't want. I'm not talking of those who were broke and poor. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those, because the Jewish community did not like tax collectors, because they were collecting taxes for the Romans. So they didn't like them. Those kinds of people. Jesus did not go about to the colleges and universities to look for the most brilliant. He went for tax collectors. He went for different people. He mixed them all. Different kinds of people. Fishermen, rulers, people from wealthy families, wealthy people. He mixed them. Middle class, he mixed people up. So his disciples were made up of different people, but the 12 disciples were mostly of, in the Act of the Apostle, they called them illiterate people. People who were not really like the jewel of society. And he knew what he was doing. Because he needed people who will take his life, action, and teachings very seriously. They'll defend it, they'll fight for it. It becomes their life and their lifestyle. You have to know which person will be able to lead you to solve a particular problem. There are certain things that you want to do in life. Take, for example, when God the Father wants somebody to be killed on the earth, somebody to be removed from the earth, he always called a meeting of every spirit, good, bad, and the ugly. Wicked spirit, he called them. All of you, come. Let's have a meeting. Have you read how Ahab was taken out of the earth? Is there in the Bible? God normally calls a meeting. He normally called a council of the spirit realm, good, bad, and ugly, and asks them for their opinion. Oh, God knows everything. God should do everything. Are you kidding me? Yes, God knows everything. God can do anything. But he's not going to put his hand to dirty work. There are people who already have decided that their job is going to be to do dirty and wicked things. And God is going to use them to do that kind of job. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? If you are going to be a world, somebody that is going to dominate the earth, and your name will be written in gold and diamond, and you are going to dominate on 3 areas. What are the 3 areas of dominion? Military, intellectual, the economic. That's it. That is it on the earth. Everything rallies around these 3. In certain things you want to do, you are going to think, you're going to pray, think, and know which kind of people will protect me in a place like this. Which kind of people will give me ideas, will release information to me. The word there is information of the kind of problems we will be tackling in this place. Already, the Hebrews children were already blackballed. They already put a mark on their faces. Why? Because they've heard about what their God can do. One victory God gives you smells like stew. It will be heard. Whether you like it or not, people are going to see the result of it. What we are doing this week, people are going to see the result of it in this planet. Because it's a history-making event that is taking place. Already, all the nations around Egypt have heard of the devastations that these people can cause. What they can do. There is a certain kind of God that is following these people. And he is the one that is making them win wherever they go. Even though they are not that very many, even though they don't have chariots, they don't have all the weapons of warfare of their time. But they have hidden with them something and some beings that are out of this earth. They are not from the earth. Wherever they come from, they are super great. Look at Egypt has been destroyed because of them. Their military might destroyed. Their intellectual might destroyed. Their economic might destroyed. And then, to make it worse, these people are devils. Who in his right mind will walk through the sea? How are they able to do this? What kind of human beings are these people? They walk through the sea open. Are you kidding me? That tells us that everything that was happening in Egypt and outside Egypt that God was doing, other nations were watching. And Moses was right when he said to God, other nations are watching. They have already heard. The news has spread of what you are doing for these people. The news about you is going to spread. Already it has spread. You know why? Since you were born, people have been trying to kill you, and they realize that they can't kill you.
Amen.
They've been trying to remove you from the face of the earth, and they realize that they cannot remove you. And they went to the juju place. They went to voodoo. And the voodoo man or the voodoo woman, the obia, or the obia man or the obia woman, The witch doctor said to them, that girl or that boy is a son or a daughter of the gods. And that is where the hatred began. You cannot take that person out because he's a son or a daughter of the gods. Go and hear the name that were given to Daniel. He was said to be the son of the gods. Joseph was said to be God incarnate himself. When the power of God show up in you, human being will come and bow and worship. And they will give you whatever you want. So the news have spread. Like Mama Lizzie making curry. Chicken or goat curry. Lizzie, where are you today?
I'm here.
Good. When Lizzie makes curry, nobody in his right mind will not want to stay around the kitchen. Either goat curry or chicken curry. Come on.
Oh,
You will eat.
yes.
You will eat and bite your fingers. It's too good. It's too good. The smell will go out of the window, and the neighbors will be bringing their nose out and their eyes. I like that. That lady can cook. That lady can cook. And I said to them, all of you, get your big eyes inside your big old head. Leave my lady alone.
Oh my God.
That smells so good.
Oh, yes.
Wow. That is how miracles is like. You don't even need to say something. People have seen you used to walk on foot. Now you're driving this costly car, and they don't even know that you did not even buy it. God gave it to you. God told people to give you a car, or it was given to you at a discount. It's always something favor happening to you. Why? Because you are a son of God. You are a daughter of God. Because of it, you are a son and a daughter of the gods. Let's accept what they have said, even though it's not completely true. Because you yourself, you are an alien. Of course, they are right. You are an alien. You are not just flesh and blood. The real you came from outside this earth. Is that not true? Is that not true? Everybody answer me.
Yes.
The real you, what makes you you, came from outside you. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
That's why you are bigger than you. Write that down. Powerful key. Those who are going to conquer this earth, those who are going to conquer this earth must know that they are bigger than themselves. Is that not true?
Yes, it's true.
Are you not bigger than the house you build or you bought? No. Let's put it this way. Is the house you bought not bigger than you? The skyscrapers people build, are they not bigger and taller than human beings?
Yeah.
But where did they come from? Where did the house come from? The house was inside somebody. That house was inside somebody, and that person brought the idea and then say it, decide how it's going to be, calculated, put it together, and then that thing was built. An airplane is bigger than a human being, but it was inside somebody.
Yeah.
Now you are getting it. It was inside somebody. Airplane that you fly with was inside somebody. That's why I said to you, you are bigger than you. You are bigger than you.
I'm bigger than me.
Yes. You are bigger than yourself. That's why when people are talking trash about you, saying all kind of things about you, look at yourself and say, I am bigger than me, and I am bigger than they think. I'm better than they think. I'm better and bigger, more powerful, richer than you all think. That's what you should be saying. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Amen.
You are far more heavier, far more bigger. Who you are is very big. And yet you can be a short person, tiny person, and yet what you can create will be a billion times bigger than how tall or how much pound you are. You might just be 100 pounds, 120, 150. And you can create a semi truck. And then human being will put it together and it will come into existence because it comes from inside you. It was locked up in your mind and you're able to say it. This is what I'm thinking that we should do. Have you ever seen a human being carrying a car on their head? Will they survive it? But where was that car all along? How did that car come about? Did the car just drop from the sky? An idea inside them, inside their mind, inside their brain. Because you are bigger than you. Write that down, write that down. It's a powerful key. You are far better, bigger than you are. You have to ask God who is going to solve my problem where I am in my current location, in what I want to undertake. I don't understand these people. I don't know who they really are. I don't know we want protection here. Their job was, their kind of job right now, they are representing a nation. Two of them are representing a nation. They needed somebody who can do business in secrecy. And that is one of the ways of a prostitute, of a harlot. The business of a harlot are done in secret. Is that not true?
Yes, that's true.
Some harlots do not want you to know that they are harlots. So there are different levels of harlotry. And this one...
Somebody should be on mute. Somebody should be on mute.
Yes.
Somebody should be on mute.
Good. There are different levels of harlotry. And this one owned her own house. She owned her own house. So that should tell you that this one was a major one.
Yes. She was a businesswoman.
Yes, a businesswoman.
The house was also near the gate, the entrance.
Tell me about it. So this kind of woman rolled with the big and mighty of the land. Well, this is how the Holy Spirit put it to me. She is a mistress to the big and mighty who are already married. Because here she is not a married woman. The writers of scripture does not tell us that she has children. Because she cannot be exposing her children to her lifestyle. We don't know about all of this. But the way it is presented to us, she lives in her own home, which tells you this is a wealthy woman. She has her own house. There is no man in the picture. So this is a 10-star kind of harlot who knows the city, who knows everything about her people. But you can also buy her. You can also buy her. Which also means that she herself has heard the stories about the Hebrews. She has heard it. Because if everybody in the city has heard about this, Jericho has heard about what God is doing with the Israelites, with the Hebrews, then the story has. And let me also tell you this. The men of the city knew when foreigners come to the land, who can they easily use? Who can they easily buy?
The harlots and the thieves.
These are the people that, depending on what you want to do, where you want to dominate, whether it be a business, you enter into that business, there are people that you can buy, and they will give you all the information you need and it will be true. Those who are already angry with that job and with the owners, you should be able, you can find them very easily, and you can pay them money and they will sit you down and tell you all the secret about that business. Managers who were fired in the past, they are ready to sell that business, and the owners, I'm telling you, they will betray them. So you have to find those kind of people. Those who are already angry. Those who are already angry at the nation are the people that you can buy. That's what nations do against nations. Business do against business. When we were looking for the best webcam to shoot our videos, in case we don't want to use cameras that somebody need to operate, in case there's nobody here with me. But I've always been interested in Logitech, in using Logitech things from Best Buy. But then when you go to Amazon, you'll begin to see other companies. Their packaging is like Logitech. The thing is like Logitech. And they've even made it better than Logitech. You produce one thing today, somebody else is going to imitate it.
Sure.
That's the way it is. And if case not taking certain things that you want to buy at Walmart, at Target, at Amazon, at eBay, you will see product that is exactly that. If you don't look at the name very well, you will go and buy not the right one. But it will almost be the same. That's why when you go to Walmart and Walgreens and CVS Pharmacy, if you want to buy medicine in those stores, the staff there will tell you to look at their own brand, the CVS brand, Walgreens brand, Walmart brand, and they will tell you that it is the same thing like the famous brands, all the big names. They will tell you it's the same thing. Is that not what they do?
It's generic.
Generic. And it is the same thing. So why do you need to buy this one for $100, whereas our own cost $10? See the difference? It's the same thing. Read it. And in fact, they won't even allow you to read it. They will start reading it out for you. I like when I go to a city, I do not like to go to where there is one hotel on just one side or two. I like to go to one place where all the hotels are built in that one area. You know the reason why I do that? Competition. Hyatt is in front of me. Wyndham is in front of me. What is it? Hilton is in front of me. Sheraton is in front of me. So now, I am like a bear during the salmon season. I have so much to eat, so much to choose. The dinner table is full of what I want. If you look at the internet, you look at that street, that particular location, where all the hotels, Holiday Inn, this Hampton Inn, so and so Express, all of them are there in one place. There is a particular area in Washington, D.C. that I like to stay because all the hotels are in one place. I said, these people crazy. You know why? Because you are 1 second from that street, you are on Pennsylvania Avenue, taking you straight to the White House. So I come out from my hotel, I walk straight to the White House, to the Smithsonian. So all the hotels now came and stayed in one place. And you know what? When I went to DC, the first time I stayed at the Club Quartet, second time I stayed at the Residence Inn, third time I started thinking very seriously. I said, I'm now into business, so I must think like a millionaire. I must think like a billionaire. How do I take advantage of these hotels and the airlines? And that's what I started to do, and I started to take advantage of all of them. That particular area in Pennsylvania where all of them came and stayed, they built there and they stayed there. Even the Walgreens and the CVS are all on opposite side of each other. So what I will buy at Walgreens and CVS in New York, Times Square, is 10 times cheaper in that particular spot in Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. Barbara, are you listening? Where is Barbara? Yep.
I'm here.
Good. So I went and I started checking for the prices of hotel rooms to choose the one that I wanted. Do you know that the price is so cheap? The price is so cheap. 100 times cheaper than what I will get in New York or Philadelphia. In that particular street. But when you leave that particular territory, the prices all go high. 100 times high when you leave that spot. Why? Because they are fighting for customers. I'm serious. And the rooms are beautiful. They are great because they do not want to be given a low grade rating. So everybody is competing to get a piece of the action. Because next door is a hotel. Next door is a hotel. I'm serious. And when you come in there, they have a bellman to come and take your luggage. They are going to take it to your room. The water is already there. They have fruits for you. They have mixed nuts for you. They have chocolate already. They'll bring hot chocolate for you to your room. I say, I like this. I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it like this. What did Roslyn? What did you say, my dear?
I said that the owners might be sitting on each other's board.
Yes, they might be.
They all have a stake and have shares in it.
That's true, and that is what I like about Europe, Canada, and the United States. You might not know the one that owns Hyatt. They might have a stake in Sheraton. Sheraton might have a stake in Hilton. You don't see faces. That's why, following Nancy, that's why, and Mary, I decided you won't see my name anymore in any of our business. That's it. Along the way, even the consultancy will change. My name will not be there. I want all my businesses. In fact, let me tell you the truth. I've sworn that I should have more than 1,000 businesses all scattered around the world. I'm telling you. before this year end, mark my word, I'm going to add a different 1 or 2 more businesses. I'm going to add them. I'm not joking. I'm doing it. Because when I say something, I write them down and I begin to find what is it. There are certain things I wanted to do some few years back. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the personnel. I didn't have the money to travel around and see things for myself. So it was just sitting there. But I keep talking about it. But this year, I said, okay, it's on. Which of these things, which of these can be fulfilled this year? Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4 can be done this year. Then we'll go with it. I'm ready to shake that money maker real good this year. Yep. You never know who owns what. You don't see the faces of those who owns it. You don't know who owns what. So the 2 Hebrew spies chose a harlot. Why? Because she is a portal to the city. A harlot knows all the big people, the rich and the wealthy. She is their mistress. They come to consult her privately or sometimes openly. Some are so bold. They take her on their journey as an escort to sleep with them and to entertain them. I'm using the word of 2 of you, not my word. To sleep with them and to entertain them. And then she's properly compensated. You can tell that this harlot was not just a little poor people, main streets, and all these crazy boulevards, streets, crack cocaine, pot smoking, dope doing, alcoholic kind of woman. No, this one was a polished harlot.
She was an ordinary hooker.
No, she was not an ordinary hooker. Thank you for that word. Now a new word has been thrown in. Sleep with them, entertain them, hook them. Yay, hooky chooky. And you know, sometimes it takes a very clever woman to practice that trade. Men don't want to bring their money out. Some of these wicked men. You don't want to give that money to your wife to take care of the business of the house. Well, there are some hawks that are watching from outside. They know money is there. They know how to get it out of you. So come to my party. And they will dance for you. They will sleep with you. I don't know whether you've heard the music by Cardi B called Money. I need some money. And he's talking about that man, that he doesn't like the man because the man is ugly anyway. Why don't you get it? Your husband is ugly, or your boyfriend is ugly. I don't really like him, but I like his money. You got it? And she said, the man actually F up the money. He sex the money up. He put sex on the money. That's why the money is gone. I don't want your man, but I need his money. They don't like you. They are not interested in you, but they want your money. That's a business. My professor says don't call men and women who are into this business. Don't call them harlots. Don't call them prostitutes. I said, please teach me what word. CSW. That's it. or you call them ash. A-S-H. Ash. Ashawo, but you don't pronounce the wo and the other, so you just say ash. Or you call them CSW, commercial sex workers. Because they've taken a private thing to a public place. When you take a private thing to the public place, you become a CSW, a commercial sex worker. And people are no longer afraid of coming out to say, look, this is what I do for a living. In fact, people are proud of it these days. Men are, women are, but I'm not proud of it because I don't think that should be. I don't think that commercializing sex or selling drugs, brutalizing women, selling women for commercial sex purposes and children, I think that is the worst thing that any human being should be subjected to. Because there are people who are forced into this. But no circumstance should force you into it. But there are people for whom it's a way of life. A woman told me, that's when I started to understand scriptures, when like reading Joshua chapter 2. A woman told me, when I asked her, why don't you go and get a job so that you can support me and my mission, so that you can have good things? She said to me, I already got a job. I said, what is the job? She called me over the phone. And she said, I would rather do this with men. She gave me a graphic picture. I would rather do this, the J job and the sex job with men, than to take a shower every morning, put on makeup, enter my car, on the way gas up my car, get coffee, go to the office and sit there for 8 long hours and then come home. She said that will kill her, that she cannot do that. That she will rather do this with men because the money comes quickly, the money is cash, and that she doesn't need to really suffer for it. I was shocked to hear that. I have never ever heard that. But when a woman tells you that kind of thing, you should understand what she meant, because she was really serious. And she was saying to me, every man is not like you. I know you. Every man is not like you. That you have things that you want to pursue in life. You have things that you are fulfilling in life. There are people who don't have anything they want to do with their life. They don't have anything they want to do with their money like you. You have things that you want to do with your money. And every man is not like you. I was surprised. She said, I've been following your ministry for the last 2-3 years. Every man is not like you. You know what you want to do with your life. You know what you want to do with your money. Every man is not like you. There are men who do not know what they want to do with their life. They don't know what they want to do with their money. Therefore, I take their money and I use up their life. And when it's no longer, when it's boring, I drop them. And I have no emotion about any of them. My emotion is not attached to none of them. I just lay there and they do their thing. My mind is far away what I will be doing with their money. I'm going to the jeweler. I'm going to look at a new car. The more of those type, the better. That's what she told me. And I opened my diary and I wrote it. That was an eye-opener for me. I said, wow, this is really what it is. I didn't really know that that is how it is. In fact, I had respect for her. You know why? Because she knows what she wanted and what she wanted to achieve through that area. And there are a lot of people on the earth who doesn't even know what they want and how to go there. And these two spies that Joshua sent, they knew how to get into the city. And if they sneak into the city, remember that in those days, cities have one gate that you enter and one gate you come out. The same gate you enter is the same gate you are coming out. So word must have passed around that there are certain people who are strangers who have come in here, even though they dress and look like the people of the land. They sneak in. Where do we think they're gone? Let's go to Rahab. She might know where they are. But the question is, how did they know Rahab's house? Think about this. You've never been to this city before. There's only one gate to go in. How did they hear about Rahab? How did they know who Rahab was? Please, people should, at this kind of thing, I call on Roslyn. Roslyn, help me here. And I call on Samantha. Please help me here.
Yes.
How did they know Rahab's house? How did they hear about Rahab? How did they know the way to Rahab's house when they sneak into the city? Because I will tell you that they sneak into the city. Maybe we are going to find out what time they sneak into the city. Because normally this kind of thing, you go in when it is about to get dark. Then you sneak in. You sneak in with the people who are coming back from the farm, the traders who are coming back from their trading. You go with them. How did they even know the language of the people so that they can speak the language of the people? So this is all something that we should look at, because language is very important. And I can also see why Joshua did not send 12, instead 2. So these 2 might have known the language, the way of life of the people. So this is something that was planned for a while. Well rehearsed. How did they know about Rahab? Please talk to me. I need an answer.
I think that
Mary, go first.
Yeah, I think that in those days, farming is a common work that people do.
And raising animals.
Yeah, sneaking in with such people, you might have communication with them, and what's the name of this one? The man that slept with his in-law.
Yeah.
I've forgotten his name. Is it Judah?
Continue.
He slept with that tells me that the children of Israel, they know about harlotry. They know the business of harlotry too. That what is harlotry, women who do harlot, what they really
who they are,
so,
which means that harlots communicate with harlots, and those who goes and sleep with them knows exactly where they live and are able to tell other men who want this kind of women, well, when you enter the city, this is where they live. This is exactly, and this is how she looks. You know, things like that. Because men do that. When men go and sleep with harlots, doesn't matter what class of harlots, they do talk to other men about it. Just like women who sleep with men's harlots, because there are men who are harlots too. They do tell other women about their experiences and where they went. So if you are journeying to Dubai or journeying to France or to Russia or China, wherever, well, you go. This is the city you are to go to. This is the address of the person you are to meet. This person will introduce you to life in that place. So Mary, thank you so much. Big, 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 big answer. Somebody else. Was it Roslyn that wanted to jump in or Samantha? Somebody.
I was saying that her house was in an ideal location.
Good.
And if perhaps the two men had been observing, monitoring the village.
The city. It was a city. It was a city.
They have been able to observe what was happening and found out who she was and how they could use her.
Okay, that's true. And they might also have asked people that they needed a prostitute, they needed a harlot, and somebody from the city might also have given them information about her, you know?
Yes.
That when you go into the city, like Samantha rightly said, her house was in a very strategic location. And we are coming to see that because that's how it is in the Bible. Her house is in a strategic location. Because her house is
At the entrance.
well, not at the entrance. You see, the way the Bible describes where she lives is the type that she's able to use a rope. This must have been a powerful woman. And from here, I started thinking, how can a woman lead them out through a rope, through the wall? So her house was near the wall of the city, whereby she can sneak people out with a rope and sneak them in. Do you get what we are saying? Because that's how she was able to let them go.
Secret customers. Right. She had strategy.
She has strategy. So that might also mean, I'm not sure that this is just her alone doing this business. Now I begin to see that it must also mean that she has other people doing the business with her. So it's possible that other women are living with her doing the business. She might have been a madam.
Yeah.
And there must be some men there too. There must be some men who are also living there and doing the business with her. I'm getting it rightly that this was a very organized sex business.
Oh yes. Bishop.
Yes.
My belief is that there was a discussion with the men. She had a discussion with the men, and she showed them what she could do. Not only the wall, the way to escape. You know how to witness what's going on. I think
Right.
it's a discussion that took place.
Right. And also you have to notice this. With the way it is written in that verse 1a, this woman was the one, she was a portal. She gave them entrance to how the people are, how the city is, who they are. She did. She was the chief informer for these two spies, for the Hebrew children. She was the chief informer for them. Because she knew that if the Hebrew children are able to break in, they are able to break the walls of Jericho. Because Jericho was really highly fortified. The walls were highly strong walls. You can't break it down. That's how strong they were. Strong walls, strong soldiers. They had everything. She knew that with their God, with the God of the Hebrews, if the Hebrews are able to take over Jericho, then she and her family too will perish. So when the men introduced themselves as Hebrews, that they want to find out everything about the land, and they paid her.
Bishop.
Yes.
Do you think? I think that she was a very good businesswoman.
Yes, she was.
Because at the end of the day, she knew she had to find out what she would get out of it. She knew
Yes.
once they came in,
Yes.
she'd be made prominent.
Yep. So you will see that she got paid. She also got for herself her own safety, the safety and the security and life for herself and for her whole family who live in that city. We are going to find it pretty soon.
In the future, she was concerned about security.
She was considering the future,
Yeah.
not just the sex.
There are two things that I picked up here. This woman knew how to keep the business that she was carrying, that she was managing, the kind of customers that she had. She knew how to keep their business private.
Yes.
So she's able to let them down. They can come and go and nobody would really know who
Yep.
they are.
Yep.
Another thing that I picked up while reading this is that, people would say, oh, she lied. She said they were not here.
Yep. We are going to reach there. You are right. Well organized business. Rosalind, you are 100% correct. This is really well organized. Things are able to be kept on the what do we call it? On the low, quiet.
Down low.
On the down low, yeah.
It takes us back to what you have been hammering into our heads about business. You're like, what does religion have to
Do with it? Now, suppose this woman was not a harlot. Will this business that these men were going to find out about this city, will it have been possible? No. Maybe some other way will have opened up. But I am showing you here how, at a particular time, everything is fair game. You find out the best of who can solve that problem at that time. When it comes to business, it has nothing to do with whether you like their attitude, whether you like the way they behave, whether you like the way they operate, whether you like the business they do. No, it is that can they deliver what you want. For some people, they go to her for sex. But from what we are seeing, she was not just a harlot. She was a 100% formidable business entrepreneur. People came to her for advice. People came to her for different reasons. And these two men came to her to get information. They didn't come to her for sex. And they got it. And she got paid. And she also got more than money. She got the life of herself and her family, as we are going to see. When you go to a city and was well, she was well, adequately, abundantly compensated.
But I want to add something else here as we speak. Even though she was labeled a harlot, she was still highly respected.
Yes, she was. She was still highly respected. That's true. That's true. Because when the city is looking for something, they came to her to come and see whether she's seen anything. Because her house was a story building by the wall, which means from her house, she's able to see who comes in and go in that city. That's the meaning. This is how smart she was. Yeah. Did you see anything? She said, yes, I saw something. Did you see anything? No, I didn't see anything.
She might have been related to somebody. She might have been related to one of the bigger in that area too.
Yeah, she might have been. She might have, because the Bible tells us that The Bible tells us that she has, yes, she has a big family too. She has a big family too. What were you saying, Samantha?
I was saying her knowledge of what transpired in the city, day in, day out, day and night, give her power.
There you go. When you go into a city, you need to know who you need to be your contact ahead of time, or when you go in there. You need to know. When I was in Philadelphia, I walk out into the streets. In the afternoon, I went into a chicken place, bought myself some good buffalo chicken wings, and then bought a drink, and then bought another one, and I went across the street because I've already picked my target. It was a guy on a wheelchair, a white guy on a wheelchair, and he is sitting with a black guy. The guy is just sitting on a chair. So I brought them chicken and 2 drinks. I asked them to share, and then I began to ask them questions. Do you know that those 2 men gave me the answer that I was looking for? They told me, I remember the white guy was saying to me, if you want to start a business in Philadelphia or start anything in Philadelphia, you have to carry everybody along. If you just want to do a white thing, it's not going to work for you. If you are coming to do a black thing here, it's not going to work for you, because we've passed that stage. And that was the truth. When I went and Googled it up on YouTube, what the homeless guys were telling me was the truth. Homeless people, there are a lot of homeless people who have master's degree, PhDs, and they are homeless through one thing or the other. Some of them along the way lost their mind and end up in the street. But they are still intelligent. They are still intelligent. And some of them might have come out from the shelter just to mingle with their friend and go back to the shelter, because those 2 people, exactly, the target I picked were people who were already in the shelter. They're already getting help from the government. They just came out to mingle, get the sunshine, and they will return back to the shelter. So I did not just pick a homeless. I picked people who had library cards, because the black guy was reading a book and the white guy was reading a newspaper. So that's why I said, okay, they are not really homeless. There's something here. And they were telling me what I need to do. In fact, it was them that told me that business has moved out from the city. When I was in Atlanta, I did the same thing. It was the same kind of people who told me that business has left downtown Atlanta and gone, and people have fled from downtown and went to Midtown. I didn't even know there was anything like Midtown. So here, if you want God to support you, you have to know who are the people that you should approach to get knowledge, to get information. You need information. You need information. You need knowledge. Don't write people off. Do not write people off. Pray, think, and act. Pray, think, and act. Pray, think, and act. There are people out there who are going to give you the information you need to be the best in your field. You don't go to mess with them. You go to get information. You go to find your way through life and move on. The 2 spies did not go to stay with her. They went to go and get information. And they did. Information is costly and you need it. This is where we want to stop for this afternoon. Make sure that you walk around somewhere. Make sure that you go back to prayer. Make sure that you watch the broadcast that has been coming out of this. Very, very important. Let it sink in. This is Idika Imeri. I wish you a very happy afternoon. If you are breaking your fast, if you are already on your fast, if you are starting your fast, if you are doing half, if you are doing full, I want to congratulate you. This is the second day. By the time you know it, Sunday is already here. Bye-bye.